Good morning, I'm Amar Singh Pradhan. Let's begin with the top stories this hour. A task force on intra-party integration of NCP to submit its report without completing unification process. NCP co-chairman Dahal expresses stern dissatisfaction over party leadership. A new provision in the offing to prohibit utilizing the reservation facility for more than one time in the civil service sector by a single individual. High King denounces his sister's decision to come to mainstream politics a day after she decides to stand in March elections. And rain plays spoil sport at the Dhangari Premier League, postponed by 2 days due to bad weather. Tournament trophy unveiled by Jonty Rhodes and Dhangari cricket chief. Co-chairman of ruling Nepal Communist Party, Pushpakamal Dahal, has publicly expressed his extreme criticism towards the working modality of Prime Minister K.P. Sharma Oli. Dahal expressed his dissatisfaction against Prime Minister Oli, especially regarding the implementation part of federalism. Dahal alleged the Prime Minister of denying the required staff budget and laws to the provincial and local levels so as to utilize the rights guaranteed by the Constitution. Without directly referring the name of the Prime Minister, Chairman Dahal stated whether the government's motive had been to strengthen the very old mechanism by intentionally avoiding the provincial and local levels the government rights. Speaking at a program held in the capital yesterday afternoon, Dahal also vented ire at the government's indifference towards sorting out the conflict-related cases. Alleging that the peace agreement and the constitutional provisions have been denied the due importance, Dahal also warned the leadership not even to think on the line of wiping out the erstwhile Maoist in one or the other pretext. Dahal made his disappointment public following the Prime Minister's criticism over his statement with regard to the political crisis in Venezuela. A task force was formed under the coordination of Home Minister Ram Bahadur Thapa in a bid to conclude the intra-party integration of the ruling Nepal Communist Party. The task force, however, has decided to submit its report without even completing party unification process. A meeting of the task force held at Singh Darbar yesterday decided to submit the report demanding rights to make further instructions to sort out the remaining works related to integration. The task force has yet to enter into a majority of important issues regarding integration except for sorting out the issues related to party statute. Dispute has surfaced between the members of the task force yesterday on whether or not to submit the report without completing integration. The responsibility of unification has now shifted to the party leadership again following the differences within the task force. A new provision is to prohibit utilizing the reservation facilities for more than one time in the civil service sector. A single individual will no longer be having reservation opportunity repeatedly in case the much touted Federal Civil Service Bill is endorsed by the Parliament as it is. Earlier, a government staff was able to enjoy reservation facility in terms of promotion among other self-development opportunities even after entering the civil service sector utilizing the same facility. The provision had not only widened the gap between the human resources but also limited the chances of the individuals of the same community from having reservation facility. However, a new civil service bill has been registered at the Parliament with the provision of limiting a single individual only chance of reservation during his or her service tenure. Likewise, the provision regarding open competition for the post of joint secretaries has been scrapped. This has barred the fresh individuals from reaching high administrative positions and also discouraged the competition among the government staff to advance to higher levels. The bill has also proposed to prohibit civil servants from staging protests and strikes along with being directly or indirectly involved in politics. Although the bill has called for dismissal from service in case of taking membership of any political party, the current trade unions would, however, remain in place. Some of the residences of the dignitaries, including the President, Vice President, Prime Minister, among others, have purchased drinking water amounting to 4.2 million rupees in the past 6 months alone. The list is led by the Prime Minister's official residence in Balwatar, which has a bill amount of 2.9 million rupees. The Kathmandu Valley Drinking Water Limited has planted a water pump at the Prime Minister's Balwatar residence that can draw between 5 to 10 liters of drinking water on a daily basis. However, Balwatar has purchased 500 tankers of water in the last 6 months, amounting to just over 1.4 million rupees. The PM's residence in Balwatar has also purchased water from different companies during the same time period, amounting to another 1.4 million rupees. The official residence of the President, Vice President, Speaker, Chief Justice and Ministers too have a similar story to narrate. The President's official residence, Sital Niwas, spent 128,000 rupees on what it said quality mineral water. Likewise, the residence of the Vice President has spent 455,000 rupees while purchasing 59 tankers of water and other mineral water jars. Meanwhile, the residence of Chief Justice has seen water supply amounting to 144,000 rupees and the residence of the Speaker has spent 552,000 rupees on drinking water alone. The Kathmandu Valley Drinking Water Limited has not been able to supply adequate water, which has resulted in the massive spending on drinking water from the private sector, while there is a call on public level from dignitaries to curb on the spending on drinking water. Not even a single hospital in all the 8 districts of Province 2 are capable of providing necessary services to patients. And in this context, we had asked the patients and the relatives seeking for treatment at Gajendra Narayan Singh Sagarmatha General Hospital in Rajbiraj, how are the facilities and management of the hospital? Let's take a look at what they have to say.
Public voice.
जब कुरा गर्न तयार हुँदैन यहाँका डाक्टरहरू कर्मचारीहरू त जनताले सुविधा के पाउँछन्, खुसी के हुन्छन्। बिमारी ठीक हुनुको कारण हो व्यवहार। तो व्यवहार राम्रो छ त बिमारी ठीक हुँदैन। तो व्यवहारको धेरै कमी छ यहाँ।
9:30 बजे सर यता हामी आए बिरामीलाई लिएर पुर्जा कटाएर अनि चाहिँ अहिलेसम्म त्यो महिला विभागमा चाहिँ 3वटा डाक्टर मध्ये कुनै डाक्टर पनि आउनु भएको छैन।
सेवा नराम्रो छ यहाँको। 9 बजे यहाँ 9 साढे 9 बजे आएर यहाँ पुर्जा कटाएको सबै यहाँ कुनै ठेगानै छैन डाक्टरको। सबै यहाँ ठोक पुर्जा कटाइलियो अब भन्छ डाक्टरै आउँदैन।
9 बजेदेखि बसेको छु अहिलेसम्म एउटै डाक्टर आउन सकेको छैन। कसले चेक गर्छ कसले उपचार गर्छ ठेगान छैन।
मेरो मम्मीले बिरामी परेर अनि ल्याएको आधा 1 घण्टा भइसक्यो हैन। अहिलेसम्म डाक्टरहरु आउनु भएको छैन।
एउटा अपरेसन गराउनु पर्यो भने विराटनगर धाउन पर्छ मान्छेलाई।
And it's now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with their opinion.
Public Pulse.
And the question is, what you say on security personnel being deployed at late politicians' residence? Your options are A for respect, B for security, and for C, government body not updated. The voting for the question is on. Type any WS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And now time for sports update.
Sports news.
Dhangadi Premier League has been postponed by 2 days due to the incessant rainfall that has affected the tournament schedule. The organizers have said that since the rain has affected the tournament right at the beginning, they have taken the consent of all the participating players to reschedule it rather than sharing the points. As per the new schedule, Kathmandu will take on Dhangadi in the inaugural match of the tournament on Monday. Earlier, the Biratnagar was supposed to take on Dhangadi. The Dhangadi Premier League was earlier scheduled to begin from today itself at Dhangadi's Fafla cricket ground, which the locals are trying to project as an international ground. The trophy to be awarded to the winners of the Dhangadi Premier League was unveiled yesterday. The organizers unveiled the trophy earlier yesterday amid a special function. Goodwill Ambassador of Dhangadi Premier League, Jonty Rhodes, and Chief of Dhangadi Cricket Academy, Subhash Sai, jointly unveiled the trophy. Representatives of all the 6 participating teams were present during the function yesterday.
Earn some money. A gold-plated golden. Here we go. Yes, that's the prestigious trophy.
Armed police force has stormed into the finals of the Manakamana Pokhara Cup football tournament. APF made it to the finals, defeating Japan's Riso University team in penalty shootout yesterday. The match had to be decided on penalties following goalless stalemate in the regulation and the added extra time. APF proved too good in the tiebreaker with a 4-1 win to book a place in the final. Sudeep Sikrakar, Ashish Lama, Rajiv Lopchang and Raju Nagarkoti scored for APF club, while Takuya Hitomi scored the lone goal for the Japanese university team. The second semi-final will see a contest between Manang Mersyangdi and the Cameroon club Dolphins later this afternoon. Japan has said that the medals to be distributed during the 2020 Tokyo Olympics and the Paralympics have been made by recycling wasted electronic gadgets. The organizers had started collecting wasted electronic gadgets, mainly including smartphones, laptops from the year 2017. The project aims at collecting material for 13.3 kg gold, 4,100 kg silver and 2,700 kg of bronze. The organizers have also said that they are nearing the end of the project, which will be completed by next month. The organizers have also said that adequate bronze was already collected last June. Likewise, over 90% gold and 85% silver has already been collected. The design of the medals will be unveiled at the end of the project. And before wrapping up this morning news bulletin, here's a look at the top stories one more time. A task force on the intra-party integration of NCP to submit its report without completing unification process. NCP co-chairman Dahal expresses stern dissatisfaction over party leadership. A new provision in the offing to prohibit utilizing the reservation facility for more than one time in the civil service sector by a single individual. Haiking denounces his sister's decision to come to mainstream politics a day after she decides to stand in March elections. And rain plays a spoil sport at the Dhangari Premier League, postponed by 2 days due to bad weather. Tournament trophy unveiled by Jonty Rhodes and Dhangari cricket chief. And those were our latest headlines. Stay with us for more news and entertainment on KTVSD. Good day.